Today's mission is to find affordable fragrances that feel completely different. Happy, sunny, refreshing. Perfumes that put on a smile on your face without putting a dent in your wallet. And honestly, some of these smell better than the bottles I paid 3 or 4 times more. So if you are ready to smell like pure sunshine, then let's just get into it. So I picked these 5 perfumes because they are all have something in common. They are joyful. They don't take themselves seriously. They don't demand attention. They just sit on your skin and make your day a little bit better. We have here fresh strawberries, creamy oranges, beachy chocolate, musky raspberries, and a little bit of vanilla cocktail moment. And the best part? Every single one of these is under 70 euros, and some of them you can also find under 30. So let's start with the one that makes me smile every single time I spray it. And it is Kate Spade New York. And this is the original EDP. And it features the notes of white strawberries, rose with a soft woody base. And now the first thing is that this perfume is simple. And when I say simple, I say that with the highest possible compliment. Because making simple, creating simple is sometimes the hardest thing to do. So the white strawberries here are not those candy, syrupy strawberries that you would imagine. It is airy, slightly green, almost like you just picked the strawberries from a summer garden and there is still a little bit of leaf attached to it. Then the rose adds this very soft, clean floral backdrop that never goes to that powdery vintage territory. And the woody base just gives enough structure so it doesn't float away. It's fresh, effortless, and genuinely uplifting. You spray it and you just feel a little bit more optimistic about your day. Now, there is one thing. I have to be honest with you, the longevity is not going to win any awards. You will get maybe 3 to 4 hours maximum on skin, but here is the thing. Some perfumes are not meant to be marathon runners. Kate Spade New York is your quick burst of happiness. And at the price point, you can afford to respray generously without feeling guilty. Just keep it on your desk or in your bag and spray it when you need a little bit of pick-me-up. It is the perfect office perfume, perfect brunch perfume, and honestly, the perfect I just want to feel good perfume. Moving from bright strawberries into something a little bit creamier. And let's talk about Montblanc Signature. And I think this is the one that you have heard of. This is the original that features the notes of mandarin, orange, musk, and vanilla. And if you have ever had mandarin creamsicle on a hot summer day, then that is exactly how it smells like. It's a very elegant, expensive smelling creamsicle. The mandarin in the opening is very juicy, bright, and just a little bit zesty. Not sharp, more like the moment when you peel the mandarin and that little mist of citrus oil also hits the air. And then it will melt into this incredibly smooth vanilla musk base that sits on the skin like a soft, creamy cloud. Some people only say this reminds them of a luxurious body lotion, and to be honest, I understand the comparison. But I think Signature has much more personality than that. The musk gives it a little bit of warmth and sophistication as well. It keeps it from being too literal, too food-like. It is fresh and sweet, but in a way that it still feels grown up. And here is where Signature also really wins, the performance. For an affordable fresh scent, the longevity is genuinely impressive. I get solid 6 to 7 hours on skin and it projects beautifully for the first 2 hours or so. On clothing, it'll even last longer. This is the kind of perfume you can wear to work in the morning and then you will still catch whiffs of it from yourself in the afternoon. Absolutely stunning and great value for what you pay. Now, we are switching gears completely and heading straight to the beach. This next one is for the Sol de Janeiro Cheirosa 62 girlies. I know exactly who you are. And if you love that warm, nutty, vacation in a bottle kind of vibe, but you want something just a little bit different, then Zara's Cocoa Sunset is going to be your new best friend. And even though Zara is often a hit or miss, I can tell you that the cocoa and the coffee collections from last year were just simply beautiful. The notes here are built around cocoa and tonka and warm amber. It is sweet, slightly nutty, and it has this very subtle chocolatey undertone that never goes really full gourmand. Think of less chocolate bar and more like chocolate scented sunscreen on your skin. And that's why I'm saying that there is something almost beachy in the background. That same solar quality that makes Cheirosa 62 also so addictive. But just for the record, this is not necessarily a dupe. They share a family resemblance, but Cocoa Sunset is its own thing. It is a little bit softer, a little bit creamier, and honestly, a little bit just more wearable for every day. I think Cheirosa 62 can sometimes be a little bit too loud for certain settings. Cocoa Sunset will sit closer to your skin and it will let people to come closer to you. It smells like being on a holiday and forgetting what day of the week it is. Like golden hour at the beach when the sun is low and your skin is still warm from the afternoon. So, if you want to channel beach goddess energy without spending beach goddess money, this is going to be the one. Now, let's bring things back to something a little bit more grounded, a little bit more, let's say, polished. So, the next one is Coach, the EDP, the original. And wait, before you dismiss this, because it is a Coach perfume, wait, because this is genuinely one of the best designer perfumes you can buy on a discount right now. It features the notes of raspberry, rose, suede, and musk. And the way how these notes come together is just so smooth, so effortless. The raspberry in the opening is bright, slightly tart, not too sweet, and it is more like a fresh handful of raspberries than a raspberry candy. I usually have a love-hate relationship with raspberry notes. They can be done very nicely, but sometimes they come across sharp and sour. Now here, there is a really nice balance between sweetness and the natural smell of raspberries. And then the rose will add that clean floral elegance without going vintage. And then it also has suede and musk, and they just wrap everything up in this incredibly soft, slightly velvety finish. And one more thing, because you would think that suede sounds a bit heavy for summer, but I would say here it does the opposite actually. The suede will give the perfume some kind of texture without giving a real weight. It makes it feel a bit more expansive and a bit more considered, but never too thick or overwhelming. It is one of those fragrances that just smell like you have your life together, you're put together, polished, but still, it is still approachable. Performance-wise, it is quite solid, 4 to 5 hours on my skin with a moderate projection that makes it perfect for the office or eventually any situations where you want to just smell nice without announcing yourself across the room. And here is the best part. You can easily find a bottle for under 40 euros currently. And at that price, it is honestly a steal. And now for the grand finale, the one that is going to take you from daytime sunshine straight into warm summer evenings. This is going to be Elie Saab, Girl of Now, Forever. And if there was a perfume that smelled like celebration, this is the one. It features the notes of raspberry, again, almond, blackcurrant, orange blossom, and a whole lot of vanilla. A lot, yes. This opens up like a very sweet, fruity cocktail surrounded by flowers. The raspberry and the blackcurrant together are a little bit fizzy, bright, almost sparkling. And there is something in the opening that genuinely reminds me of popping an open bottle of something bubbly at golden hour. The almond then adds that very creamy, slightly nutty background that the original Girl of Now is very much known for. But here, I think it is a little bit lighter and fresher. And then I also smell, of course, the orange blossom. It sweeps in and gives this gorgeous floral lift that keeps everything from getting too sticky or syrupy. But now I have to say still that the vanilla base is very prominent. So you really have to love vanilla to enjoy this perfume. It is not necessarily the thickest, heaviest vanilla. It is more like that vanilla infused whipped cream. It's a bit softer, airier, but it's still sweet enough. So this is the kind of perfume that you would wear on a summer night out when you are sitting outside at a restaurant. You know, the lights are on and everything feels just a little bit magical. I have to say this is going to be I'm still sniffing it. This is going to be the sweetest perfume on the list. So if you are someone who prefers fresh and clean scents, this might not be the one for you. But if you love a happy, fruity vanilla moment and you want something that will carry you beautifully from a late afternoon hangout into the evening, then Girl of Now Forever is absolutely worth sampling. So those are my 5 affordable hidden gems for summer that smell better than the perfumes 3 times their price. I hope at least one of them make you think, I want to smell that. Because that little moment of curiosity, that is exactly where the best fragrance discoveries start. If you enjoyed this video, a like genuinely helps this channel to reach more fragrance lovers, and I appreciate every single one of you. If you are new here, then please also consider to subscribe. I upload videos twice, at least once a week, and I promise you will always have something beautiful to discover with me. And until the next time, just keep on smelling good and feeling good. Bye bye.